There we go. We're back. We're here. We're here, ready to chop up that game. What y'all know about some of that old school shit like that I just played? That was Barry White. That's a rare joint right there. That was a rare one. That's Barry White and Isaac Hayes. I think that's one of the first times they did a song together. Very, very rare. So what's up, family? We're here. We are in here. What's up, Miss Braxton? Oh, man. So I look extra cute tonight with the hat? Well, thank you. Are you trying to choose natural? Yeah, I got the Star Wars shirt on. All right. So we're here, man. Glad to have y'all tuning in. Man. Yes, 1804, man. It's all about 1804 right now. It's all about 1804 right now, man. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Next month, all over the country, go to 1804movie.com, ladies and gentlemen, 1804movie.com. Yes, I'm ready. I'm hyped up. Yes, it's going to be in Philly. All that good stuff, man. A lot of stuff we got to talk about tonight. And understand, in LA, it's going to be out here October 12th. And I'm going to be at that screening. Man. Somebody just sent me a link out there in St. Louis. Let me see what's the date of this. Let me see, when is this? Okay. Yeah, last night or sometime this weekend, it was a cop busting out windows. And I've always said that, dude. The race soldiers will go out there and vandalize stuff and then blame it on the black protesters. And they'll use that to bring in more military and all that stuff. Because most of the people are being peaceful, which I don't agree with. I don't think they should be out there, period. All that peaceful marching and begging, that shit it's too late for that. Right now, you're in the middle of a white supremacist, genocidal extermination campaign. So being out there with a sign talking about love me, let's stop the hate. Nah. I really wish black folks realize that shit is so pointless at this point. That is pointless. It's pointless. I know you want to do something. But that shit is pointless. Shout out to Donald Glover. He just won he won lead actor. He already won comedy director. Oh, that's good. I'm proud of him. Donald Glover, I'm proud of him for the Atlanta show. That was a very good show. The writing was very good. He did a very good job on that show. Very proud of that brother. Very proud of that brother. But let me talk about some other stuff that's happening out here. And again, family, you need to get your tickets for 1804. The tickets are selling fast. All of the theaters are going to be sold out, so you need to get your tickets ASAP. I did not watch Brother Dick Gregory's memorial service. How was it? I've been so busy. I would have got a chance to go on out there, man, to pay my last respects to the brother. I've been so damn caught up over here, man. Cut my hand today, man. See that? Look at that cut. I was trying to put up some lights in my backyard. And I'm like, let me let my damn gardener do this shit. Like, god damn. But for those who don't know, out there in St. Louis, there was another race soldier. What's the race soldier's name who got off this time? The race soldier in St. Louis. What's his name? And also, 1804 is going to be at the Frontenac Theater in St. Louis, by the way. Stevie Wonder sang Higher Ground. Oh, I bet it was real nice. It was a 7-hour service. Damn. Who else spoke? It can be viewed on News One, okay? really, damn it, I'm wishing I should have went out there, but I didn't know, man. I've been so busy. But Jason Stockley, that's the name of the race soldier who executed an innocent man. The brother was innocent. They tried to say he was a heroin dealer. They always criminalize you after death. They tried to say he was selling heroin. I don't believe it, by the way. I don't believe it. They always have to find a way to criminalize us, to justify executing us based on race. So this brother was being chased by this race soldier. The brother must have knew he was going to get killed. The race soldier was even in the car talking about, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to murder this guy. I'm going to kill him. So he already premeditated the murder right before he got to the guy. He planned on killing him. He said it in the car. The race soldier got into the brother, executed him, then planted a gun on him. The race soldier already had another illegal gun in his car. I mean, damn. They found the planted gun. It only had the race soldier's DNA on it. There was some heroin planted in the car that only had the race soldier's DNA in it. On it, rather. So he went for a bench trial, and that's another thing. These race soldiers know. That's another trick. They go for a bench trial, meaning not a trial by jury, so that is one white supremacist judge that's going to rule on the case. And he sure enough, he got one. They know the code. The white supremacists know all the codes. So he got another white supremacist race soldier on the bench who basically said, planted evidence, not guilty. Not reasonable. Not a reasonable doubt for me. Not guilty. A race soldier. No. You can't be a cop and a race soldier. And if you're planting evidence and premeditating murder, you're not a cop. So you're a race soldier. We got to use the proper terms. Still got off. Planted evidence and got off. So this just goes to show, this is why, family, you don't argue with these race soldiers and white supremacists about Mike Brown and all that. They'll argue all day to waste your time about Mike Brown. Because as we now know, if there was video of Mike Brown with his hands up getting shot, they still would have justified the murder. So it doesn't matter. That's why I don't really get into long arguments about the little details of any particular case. It doesn't matter to a white supremacist. They're always going to justify you getting murdered. It doesn't matter. All they're doing is wasting your time. Stop trying to convince these white supremacists of anything otherwise. Of facts. It's not about facts. It's all about I'm white and I say so. And that's what I tell them. You're just using I'm white and I say so, then just dismiss their bullshit. Because they're there to waste time. The white supremacists are there to waste your time and antagonize you. What is melanated THC doing? Okay. I don't see him trolling yet. So people will say you're trolling melanated, but I don't see you trolling. So the black people's time, to be honest. Have very illiterate information. They never check yet. Okay. No, melanated, I kind of get his point on that. But yeah, they're race soldiers. I don't use the term police. There's nothing in the police manual that says kill people, be the judge, jury, and executioner, and use the I'm white and I say so narrative. That's just a white supremacist. You're not a cop. We got to use the proper terms. And today it was Constitution Day. People were commemorating the Constitution, and I kept breaking down some of the constitutional statutes that are constantly being violated. And this is what black folks, again, must understand. None of these white supremacists or these patriots or all these people, they use that the American this and American that. They can give less than a damn about America. They can give less than a damn about the Constitution. I really wish black people understood that concept. If black people understand that, don't let them fool you. They love fooling you with patriot talk, America first, and all. They could give less than a damn about America. The white supremacists understand. The white supremacists, they will change flags and go to war with America, which is what they did during the Civil War. That's what the Civil War is about. It wasn't about freeing no damn slaves. It was all about who gets to dominate our Negroes. Let me let y'all hear something from Richard Spencer. This is white supremacist extraordinaire Richard Spencer. And one thing I suffice to say, if I could like anything about a white supremacist, Richard Spencer, he's one of the most honest white supremacists, if a white supremacist can be honest. Because most white supremacists, they're liars. Most white supremacists, well, that's how you maintain white supremacy, through deceit. Now, and I've debated Richard Spencer on my show. He tried to tell lies. You know, I called him in a couple of lies, but he tries to be the honest white supremacist because he understands it's time for the white supremacists to stop speaking in abstract codes and start being more forthcoming and forthright about what the agenda is, because white supremacists are dying. That's his whole thing. So he tries to be a little more honest than the average white supremacist troll. Got it? And understand, their whole logic is based on white not say so. Ain't no updates coming for more us right now, man. I don't know what's popping with it. Ain't no updates now, man. It's just a lot of bullshit, and there's really a lot of money being lost in that right now, because it costs a lot of money to maintain the More Rush site. You dig? It costs a lot of money, and ain't no money coming in with it. So that shit might get scrapped altogether because I'm just having too many difficulties. I tried to get people to help out with it. Nobody really knows what they're doing. And I keep having to go overseas, and I don't really like dealing with those overseas dudes. It's just a clusterfuck right now. Whereas those white supremacists, they got a site called Gab. That's a social media site for white supremacists. See, the thing is, I've been trying to beg folks to help me develop a site, just a freestanding site, and help me get the Android version going and just get the online version going. But a lot of times, it's not enough of us who are up on the game in a professional manner. And that's a problem. We talk a good game, but a lot of black folks just ain't up on that shit like they're supposed to be. We're supposed to be up on that web thing, getting these websites popping, getting social media sites popping. Enough of us just aren't on the shit like we're supposed to be. You dig? Yeah, those overseas developers are so full of shit, man. Yeah, I'm going to get Tariq spot popping. You know, I got to work out the kinks with that. You dig? But the thing is, you know, black people, we got to get into another habit of doing the boring work. See, black folks, we want to do all the exciting work. Black folk, we don't want to do the boring work. We do not want to do the boring work. And that's one of our problems. This is why we lag. We want to be around the turn-up time. When it's time to turn up, that's when we want to show up. Like, we're about to release 1804. Now, everybody's hitting me up. A lot of promoters, which is cool, but everybody's hitting me up. They want to promote, and they want to get on that. They want to get on the promotion game. They want to be there at the screenings, and everybody's hitting me up. Now that the film is complete, now that the fun part where everybody, you know, you get to be around the festivities, now everybody's hitting me up now. Now, y'all know, while I was doing the film, I'm damn near begging artists. I'm like, hey, can I get some fucking artists, some illustrators? Can y'all hit me up? And truth be told, the shit was far in between, man. A couple of brothers and sisters I hired. I did hire a couple. But I'm like, I needed a whole bunch of people to do some illustrations and paintings and drawings, and a lot of folks hit me up, and I was trying to hire them, black folks, and they just kind of dip out and you don't hear from them. You dig? So we got to be on top of our business thing. See, the thing is, we think talking about business is taking care of business. See, we're the business meeting people. See, black folks, we like to go somewhere and have a business meeting, and we think that's the fucking business. You dig? What's up? You already know. You said you hit who all the time about helping. And let me see your work. And that's another thing. Because niggas be on some damn speak and spell fucking illustrations. And I'm like, no, we can't. No. You got to come correct. If I could show you some of the shit people were sending me to, I ain't even trying to go there now. I ain't trying to put nobody on Front Street. But niggas was sending me some shit that looked like 8th grade finger paints. I ain't trying to put nobody out there now. Come on, we cats be getting into that half-ass shit. Niggas sending me stick figures talking about I'm an illustrator. Like, stop. Come on, man. Y'all got to step it up. Y'all see, look, I told y'all, even when we were doing the film, when we were filming some of the scenes, I'm like, look, we need some brothers, we need some martial artists, man. We need some stuntmen or whatever. Niggas was sending me some old Kung Fu Dragonfly Jones ass videos, man. Silence. Niggas was sending me some Dragonfly Jones ass karate. I can't do shit with this. Damn. Come on, man. Yo, y'all gotta step it up. And then some, you know, we're hiring people and motherfuckers show up on set looking like Lil Yachty and shit. We can't do nothing with you. This is a period piece. I can't do nothing with you, motherfucker. You got a tattoo of $100 bill on your fucking stomach. I can't do shit with you. Come on, you gotta stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready, man. Yo, Bruce Leroy ass niggas hit me up sending me videos. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stay ready. I know everybody don't live in LA. And I had dudes from other cities hit me up. I fly out there, Tariq. I fly out there. All right, stop. No, you won't. Stop. Stop. Man. Nigga, let me be real. There's some scenes, we did some reenactment scenes. A couple of moist dudes came on set. Now, I don't discriminate. I don't give a fuck what your lifestyle is. But a couple of moist niggas were in some of the fight scenes, and I had to kind of switch some things up. Because there were some scenes where you're supposed to be fighting, and the niggas up here holding machetes like this. Nigga. Niggas swinging like that. Say, cut! All right, let's get another motherfucker up in here. Shit. Man. What's up, Black Houston? I see you, man. Trust me. Look, nigga. Trust me. If y'all know the shit I had to go through. If y'all know the shit I had to go through to do this movie and the shit we had to cut out. We got fight scenes and I'm looking at some of the niggas in the back slap boxing. Niggas fighting in the back like this. I'm like, cut! Who the fuck is this? All right, let's put a robe on that nigga, make him a house slave for some shit. Man. What's up, Big Jew? I see you, man. What's up? How many folks we got in here? We in here. Give me a little swig of the water. But I get on Ben Shapiro in a minute. But like I was saying, these people who claim to be patriots, they don't give a shit about no Constitution. They don't give a damn about the concept of America. None of that shit. They only care about white supremacy. And on a subconscious level, white supremacy survival. This is Richard Spencer. He did this interview. When did he do this? Did this last month. Brother sent me this earlier. Because I posted up a quote about how Richard Spencer says he don't give a shit about the Constitution. And that's one of the most honest responses from a white supremacist. Because most of them think like Richard Spencer. Don't let them fool you. Most of the people who believe in white supremacy think like Richard Spencer. Don't let them fool you. Listen to this.
Or race mongers, or you can go down the line, feminism or the gay movement or so on, is malign. And I would also say that the things that you put forward are some of the most benign things that I can imagine. such as integrity and family
Yeah.
and so on. But we can't unilaterally disarm ourselves in this world.
He's talking about white nationalists.
Is we actually, if whites are going to survive, we might actually have to get a little tough. We might even have to get a little nasty.
Listen to what Richard Spencer is saying. Remember, listen to he's coding his language a little bit. What he's saying is we're going to have to commit white genocide. That's what he means, or black genocide rather. That's what he really means. He said we're going to have to get tough. We're going to have to get a little nasty. By nasty, he means we're going to have to commit some kind of genocide, because on the alt-right website, they've actually said that. I study these white supremacists every single day. That's why they cannot stand me. They hate my guts. I study them on a regular basis. And one thing that they put on the alt-right website, and then tried to take it off, but it's archived, is they talked about committing black genocide as a solution. So listen to how he's trying to word it. We might have to get a little nasty. But he don't go into detail. See, he's interviewing with Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah, they've been nasty, so what you mean, get nasty? You're already nasty. Black people are mass incarcerated. Black people are economically castrated. Black people are singly executed in the streets. So what you mean, get nasty? What do you mean, get nasty? See, black folks, y'all, we wait till the last minute to wake the fuck up. But understand what get nasty mean. And understand, Richard Spencer, this guy is tied in with the folks in the White House. Steve Bannon, who's not in the White House, but is still in the White House. Understand that. That ideology is there. All that alt-right, all of that is still in the White House. That's all Trump, all of the people around him. All that ideology is still in the White House. All right? I'm going to get on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. Look, Jesse Lee Peterson's people, I know y'all been calling me. They've been calling me for about 3 months to be on Jesse's show. He has like a little talk show thing he does online. I'm going to do it to promote my movie. I'm going to do it right when I start doing press, which is probably at the end of the month. And I'm going to do it. But hold on. Listen to Richard Spencer.
Family and so on. But we can't unilaterally disarm ourselves in this world. The fact is, we actually, if whites are going to survive, we might actually have to get a little tough. We might even have to get a little nasty. Because I ultimately care about my extended family, my people, more than I care about the United States of America, to be frank. More than I care about the Constitution, about all this kind of stuff. You know, if you could imagine being a German.
And there you go, right there. See, that most of the white supremacists think like that. Even the ones talking about patriot this and patriot that, that's how they think. They don't give a shit about no America. He just admitted it. Remember, Trump said these are very fine guys. Trump is caping for these dudes. That's Richard Spencer saying, we don't care about America. I care about my whiteness more than America. I care about my white family, my white supremacist family, more than I care about America or the Constitution. And all of them think like that. They hate America. Just like our brother Neely Fuller says, there is really no America. It's just really white supremacy. America is an idea. Black people are really the ones who uphold everything of what America is. We're the only ones that really uphold everything that America is supposed to be about. African people, black folks in America, native black folks of America, we're the only people who fought in every single war to defend the United States, all of them, every war. Other groups have fought against this country and they get more benefits and privileges than us. Our blood and soil, our blood is in the soil. We literally built this joint. All these other European immigrant groups came after the fact. So all these, you got these people from the damn Ukraine talking about, yeah, we built America. Motherfucker, you came, you a Johnny-come-lately. You just hopped on the white train and you're taking credit for the other white supremacists. But black people, we were the ones who created Memorial Day, showing homage and paying respect to people who fought for the country. It was black former slaves who started that. We've been the moral fiber of this country. We're treating everybody fairly, taking the high road. It was a black man, Crispus Attucks, was the first person to take a bullet for what would become the United States. African people done all that. We're the always been the moral fiber, a representing of what America is always supposed to be. Welcoming everybody, raising everybody. We raised everybody's children, brought them in, nurtured all of these other groups. All these immigrant groups, we nurtured them at first. We were the ones who nurtured them. The whites, all types of European groups, the Irish, we nurtured their asses. The Italians, we nurtured them. I mean, going all the way back to the 1930s when you had Italian gangsters and criminals, we would hide them in black neighborhoods. We would fight for other immigrant groups. It was us out there getting our asses whooped so that all these immigrant groups can come in and shit on us. We were the ones creating the economic base for Asian groups to come in here. We were the economic base for them. We didn't discriminate against them. We didn't shit on them like white society was shitting on them. Understand, white society put Asian groups in internment camps. They did all types of shit to Asian groups. But we were the ones saying, hey man, you oppressed, we got you. You got a business here, we'll patronize your business. We ain't about to fuck with you. And once they got their weight up, they got on team white supremacy. You dig? So, black people, we're going to have to start getting biblical. We just got to start getting biblical with it. And we got to understand, family, and I've been tweeting this for the last couple of days, family, we got to get the golden rule mantra. We got to start, black people, black Americans, we have to start abiding by the golden rule. We got to crack open that Bible. Since people like thumping that Bible so much, you got to hit Matthew 7:12. Matthew 7, verse 12. Do unto others whatever you would like them to do unto you. That's the genesis or the basis of that. We got to start invoking some Matthew 7:12, the golden rule. And that's the golden rule that everybody lives by except us. Black folks, we do not live by the golden rule. Black people, we're going to have to treat every other group the exact same way they treat us. That's the only thing we haven't been doing. We've been doing that Michelle Obama bullshit. When they go low, we go high. Fuck that. We go equal. We're going to have to respect the Bible and apply the golden rule, Matthew 7:12. We're going to have to do unto others as they do unto us. That's all we got to do. Brother Claude Anderson talked about that. We treat people no better. We treat them no worse. We have to treat every single racial and ethnic group the same exact way they treat us, no better, no worse, match them, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, love for love. If the love is there, we'll match the love. But we gotta just abide by the golden rule. And yes, our brother Claude Anderson did talk about this. He's been trying to tell us for years. Matthew 7:12, the golden rule, treat you the exact same way you treat us. Because we got this kumbaya, this self-sacrificing bullshit mentality that don't work. It just doesn't work. Just practice the golden rule. Get on code and practice the golden rule. We got to go that route. Quid pro quo. That's it. Just practice that golden rule. That's the basis of every religion. See, they got us reading the wrong parts of the Bible. They keep thumbing the Bible and pointing you to the forgiveness part. You dig? The forgiveness and turn the other cheek part. And sit up in there some kind of honor and getting your ass stomped. That ain't what the Bible represented. Jesus didn't even allow that. Jesus got a stick and ran infidels up out of the temple for being on the bullshit. The golden rule. We have to abide by the golden rule. Natural Charm said, turn the other butt cheek. Exactly. That's what niggas are doing. We just have to abide by the Bible. That's it. I'm just telling you to be Bible-like. But turn to the right parts of the Bible. You dig? Because understand, black people, all these other groups, when they are harmed, they're not out here singing and dancing. I saw a little too much singing and dancing in St. Louis. I saw some singing and dancing. That ain't it. Just go. If you're going to sing and dance, go home. If you're going to sing and dance, go home. You're wasting time. You're just bullshitting around. Just go home. You handle business the way other people handle business. And I promise you, if there were black officers, it wouldn't take a lot. It would take one. Hell, one black officer shot a white lady up there in Minnesota. The white supremacists got on code. They immediately got on code. They got on code and they found out that the cop, the black Somalian cop, was a Muslim. A few days later, they blew up a damn a Muslim church up there. I think it was one of the Muslim Somali churches. Within days. They ain't about to march and sing and dance. You had a couple of people protesting, but while people are protesting, you got people up here setting up bombs in the back. You understand? All these other groups ain't gonna sit up and let you harm them. You dig? They immediately practice the golden rule. Y'all better get some of the spirit of Ogun. The spirit of Ogun, that African system. That's what the Haitians used to get their independence. You dig? Oh yeah. See, black folks just pick and choose parts of the Bible to justify being submissive. Minister Farrakhan taught us about that. How some black folks like to pick parts of the Bible to be cowards because that helps justify your cowardly moves. You get to hide and say, okay, I ain't gonna do nothing that the Bible says so. No, the Bible says practice the golden damn rule. The Bible says practice the golden rule. That's the only way to get justice. Do unto others as they do unto you. Oh man, I'm going to have to do a documentary. Either I'm going to do a whole documentary about Mantu arts, which is what martial arts really is, and our brother, or I might, if we do Hidden Colors 5, which we'll do later on down the line, I don't know when we're going to do it, we might do a whole segment about that in Hidden Colors 5. That's what most likely it will be about. Because that's another thing that's hidden. Because, you know, my movies are all about hidden history. And the hidden history of martial arts is real heavy. Because our brother Ashraf Kwesi, he taught us that it's really called Mantu art. And they were practicing these arts in all over Africa. And then the Romans got it, and their god of war, Mars, they changed the name of war to the god of war. They changed the name of the fighting system to martial arts. Because that's one thing with the white supremacists. When they get something, they have to put their thing on it. They have to rename things. So this is why we have to be in the process of naming certain things. We got to get on that. We have to start creating narratives and naming things. And the white supremacists hate that. The white supremacists love coming up with new names and new titles and fooling you with those new names and new titles. This is why they hate the fact that we keep pointing out that they are white supremacists, the ones who do practice white supremacy or suspected white supremacists. They hate that because they keep trying to change the title to fool and trick us. And once we continue to call them what they are, they got a problem with that. Oh yeah, if you name it, you own it. That's right. Dr. Clark said that. Whatever you name and that name sticks, you own. You dig? Oh yes, the white supremacist Clay Travis. There's a white supremacist who trolls me all the time. His name is Clay Travis. Clay Travis got on CNN talking about, he did this deliberately, and this is a trick I warned you about, how white supremacists, they will get on TV or get online and troll as a way for people to let their defenses down around them. He's like, yeah, I like freedom and boobs. And the lady was like, what's up, baby? Where'd you go? I was wondering where you were. I got your tag on the for the car. Just peel it off and put it on the back. It's in my drawer on my desk. And what you got on? What you got on? Come here. Look at my show. Come here. Now this is a 17-year-old goddamn child. What is this? Where are you going with?
I went to Burbank and went to IKEA.
What'd you go to Burbank for?
To go to IKEA and then went out to eat.
Why y'all dressed like that?
It's a crap ton. Hey everyone.
Oh, that's my underage damn daughter.
I'm about to be 18 in 2 months, y'all.
Now please. Man. She said she's about to be 18 in 2 months. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I got her one of my cars, so I gave her one of my vehicles. I know she's gonna try to do the 1804 shirt with it all altered up. Man. Man. Man, okay, now we got people in here. Got a couple of white supremacists in here trolling. Let me get y'all up out of here. There you go. Couple of white supremacists trolling. Now let me get a couple of calls. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello, Marcus Sanders. Why did you defraud all your people that were at that?
Now who the hell is Sanders? Marcus Sanders. Who the fuck is that?
Marcus Sanders is your real name, Tariq Nasheed.
Nigga, I will give you, and you that's that keyboard coon. Nigga, I'll give you $20,000 if you can prove that, motherfucker. All right. Nigga, I got 20 grand for you if you can prove that with your dumb ass. Prove that, nigga. All right. All right, let's see who else is on the phone. 20 grand, nigga. Prove it. All right, what's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq?
What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq. No matter noise, I'm currently downtown, but I wanted to add a scripture verse I think you'll find quite enlightening. If you check Luke 22:36, these are the words of Jesus Christ talking. He said to his disciples this verse. He said to them these words. He said to them, by now let the one who has the money bag take it, and likewise the knapsack, and let the one who has no sword, sell his cloak and buy one. This is actually the only verse where Jesus talks about buying a sword. Now, you don't use a sword to make sandwiches.
Exactly.
But check that verse out.
Man.
Luke 22, 36.
Man, much respect,
All
man.
right.
Oh, yeah, there's parts in the Bible where they were talking about getting busy. Oh, yeah, they were talking about getting busy. Oh, I know. These niggas, oh, they come up with all these different names. Just, okay, nigga, knock yourself out. All right. Yeah, but that verse is heavy. That verse is heavy. Man. All right. Luke 26. Luke 22, verse 6. Luke 22, 6. Yeah, see, we're going to talk about the Bible and niggas out here jumping up and down and all that. Cats better get that Bible open to the parts where it's all about defending your damn self. You dig? Man. Oh yeah, even the movie Nat Turner talked about that, how they excluded parts of the Bible that talks about defending yourself and you producing justice, not sitting around being submissive and getting abused and beat on. You dig? Oh yeah, but I'm talking about Clay Travis. Clay Travis got on TV trolling. CNN, they knew better, but I don't know why they put that asshole on there. He was just a nobody, nothing ass troll. So he was talking about, yeah, I like freedom and boobs. And the lady was like, what you say? What you say? Yeah, I like boobs. So he was just saying dumb shit. And he was trolling on purpose. And understand, the white supremacists, they communicate with each other through trolling. They send little code words to each other through trolling. And that's what I was talking to Richard Spencer about. I told Richard Spencer, I said, look, Richard, all those little jokes that y'all be doing, the little code words, storing up your little bullshit symbols, hand signs, and Pepe the Frog and all that. Dude, I'm not buying it. I'm like, dude, you people are very dangerous, and I think that's just a distraction to lower people's defenses so they don't understand how dangerous you are. And he basically conceded. He was like, yeah, we do kind of use it as codes, So he basically admitted that. He basically admitted that all of those little hand signs are little white supremacist codes. He admitted that on my show. And again, they always use trolling and jokes as a way to lower people's defenses. So when they come around with all of the jokes and the trolling, people aren't taking them too seriously until the shit gets dangerous. Remember, I always tell you, the Ku Klux Klan started off as a joke. The Klan started off as a joke. The history of the Klan, it was funny. Even they admit that to them it was going to be funny to put on robes and masks and pillowcases over their heads and act like ghosts and go around scaring black people. Now the Klan has been around for damn near 200 years. It's one of the oldest terrorism organizations. Yeah, the Klan started off as a joke. They literally were just going to get drunk and just drive around acting like ghosts. That was funny. And again, Jim Crow started off as a joke. Jim Crow was literally a comedy minstrel show. It was a white dude who dressed up like a slave and danced around, doing a dance called the Jim Crow. It was a white man. And the Jim Crow show became popular. They thought it was real funny. It was all fun and games. And somebody said, hey, you know what we should have? Let's get some Jim Crow laws. Since that's how niggas act, and that's how they act, and that's how they do, and it's so funny to us, let's make some laws stopping some of these niggas from coming into our neighborhoods and getting resources. That's where the Jim Crow laws came in. It came from jokes. And again, the white supremacist trolls, they'll put on a Make America Great hat and throw up hand signals as a joke. Then all of a sudden, they show up in Charlottesville and start running motherfuckers over in cars. See, it's funny till it ain't funny no more. And it stopped being funny immediately. So do not ever dismiss these white supremacists from trolling. Trolling is a defense mechanism. They have weaponized trolling. So that Clay dude up here trolling on TV, that's just sending coded messages to other white supremacists that they should follow him and get on code with him. Clay Travis is a dangerous motherfucker. I'm warning you now. that person is going to be involved in some dangerous activity based on he's one of those blacks are 13% of the population but commit most of the crime. He's on that type of shit. And another thing, y'all notice this? Donald Trump today, well, earlier, he retweeted a meme from a white supremacist online. It was a meme of Trump hitting a golf ball and it hit Hillary Clinton in the back. And a lot of people were criticizing him for retweeting that. And also they were criticizing him based on the person who the GIF was from, whose Twitter page it was. They were talking about how this guy, his name is fucked up something on Twitter. And the guy trolls me too. The guy that Trump retweeted, he's another known troll on Twitter, and he trolls me all the time. But this guy has a lot of racist rhetoric on his page, and I noticed people were like, yeah, he said some very anti-Semitic stuff on his page. And I noticed one thing, and I want y'all to pick up on this. People will be totally fine with a person spewing anti-black racism. They won't say anything about it until they say something about another group. Have y'all noticed that? I really want y'all to notice that. The only time they'll pick up on somebody being a bigot is if they're bigoted to Hispanics, if they're bigoted to Jewish groups, if they're bigoted to East Indians, if they're bigoted to Asians, or if they're bigoted to transgenders. I want y'all to pick up on that. Heist is trolling. Who's trolling in here? Who's trolling in here? But they will totally ignore all the anti-black stuff because this guy that they're talking about today, who Trump was retweeting, fucked up something. They were talking about, well, he made some anti-Semitic remarks, but when you go on his page, I mean, it's just loaded with anti-black shit. And they act like that ain't even up there. I mean, the man's page is just loaded, just black, anti-black, I mean, just anti-black hatred nonstop. And they totally ignore that. See, this is why black people do not ever cape for other groups. Do not, from this point on, we do not cape for other groups. We're in it on our own. You notice, ain't no other groups really out here caping for us, for real, over the brother being shot and killed and evidence being planted on. And I had an Asian guy, an Asian doctor, you can see some of the tweets. He was like, well, Tariq, you're being anti-Asian because you ain't trying to march with us and all that bullshit. I'm like, how am I being anti-Asian, dude? You guys don't march with us. Nobody in your community marches with us. As a matter of fact, people in your community got together and supported Peter Liang, somebody who killed a black person. People in your community got together to justify killing a black person. And he came back, he was like, well, that's just one person. That was just one time. I'm like, the hell it was. And I started showing video clip after video clip of Asian store owners beating up black women. I'm like, y'all don't stand with us? He said, yes, we do. And then he posted up 4 pictures of some Asian people holding up Asians for Black Lives Matter. I said, okay. There's only like 4 or 5 pictures that exist, by the way, of a handful of Asian people holding up a sign that says Asians for Black Lives. A very small number, which is too insignificant to count. A very small number before you can even use that as any kind of significance. Black people create entire economic bases for Asian communities over here. Their entire economic base is us. We fund and fuel the economies for entire economic communities, Asian communities. Black people do. They're 100% of their income base in many areas in America for Asian people are African black people in America. And this fool gonna show me 3 pictures of somebody holding a sign talking about Asians for Black Lives. And that's comparative. That's why we got to let these people hold their nuts. Got to let people hold their nuts, family. Hold on. Man. Hold on. So let me see what we got. What's up? Who's calling? Yo. All right, let's see who else is calling. Y'all call back. But black people, understand this, man. Just do unto others as they do unto you. Do unto others as they do unto you. Black people, just take an assessment. We just kind of do shit just to be doing it. Black people, are any of these groups doing the shit for you that you do for them? Dinesh D'Souza, he was trolling me the other day too. He's another wannabe white supremacist. He's a professional white supremacist ass kisser, and they give him a lot of money. That's the thing with Dinesh D'Souza. He's a professional white supremacist ass kisser. They give him a lot of money, so they get to hide their racism behind him. They can say, okay, well, it's this East Indian non-white dude saying all this fucked up shit about black people. And again, he comes from that whole ideology of Gandhi. Gandhi was a wannabe white supremacist, racist piece of shit. Black people should never, ever, ever give props to Gandhi. Dr. King, Martin Luther King, would give props to Gandhi, and John Henry Clark criticized that. He said, well, Dr. King probably didn't know how fucked up Gandhi was. We talked about Gandhi, I think, in Hidden Colors too. As a black person, don't give props to Gandhi. Fuck Gandhi. I've been on the fuck Gandhi campaign for years. Gandhi was a wannabe white supremacist, anti-black piece of shit. Proof. It's well documented. This dude said vile things about black folks. Motherfuck Gandhi. Yeah, they try to prop him up as this beacon of peace. And the white supremacists understand. They love to ignore. They know how fucked up Gandhi was, but it's okay. They know the fucked up shit Gandhi would say and how he felt about black people over in South Africa. But they kind of hide that. You dig? Look at some of these East Indians now. These East Indian wannabe white supremacists. Cunty, all of them. What's up, Marcus Sanders in the chat room? I see you. I see you, Marcus Sanders. Oh my goodness, stupid as fuck. What's up, Bumpy Johnson? But we gotta let people hold their own nuts. None of these groups are caping for us, man. And that's why y'all gotta get Dr. Anderson's new book, man. Very good book. He's dropping some good game on how black people in the 60s, we thought by embracing all of these other groups, they were all going to join us and be this big racial majority to get the white supremacists off our backs. See, black people thought if we embrace all these other groups who came over after the 1960s, they were going to be our brethren in the struggle, and that shit didn't happen. They came over here, they got their weight up with us, and they started getting on team white supremacy. You dig? Very good book. Very good book. How many folks in the room? I can never see how many folks in the room because my background is okay. I think it's 1,200. Oh yeah, don't be fooled by Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris, however she spells her name. I'm letting y'all know now. Right now, they might be trying to push her for a presidential bid. I don't know what they're trying to do with her, but no, don't be fooled by Kamala Harris. She's out here in California. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. There's a stench of Don't be fooled by Kamala Harris. There's the bedwench stench reeks. She's been doing the bidding of the white supremacists for a long time. Her husband is white. I don't know if he's a white supremacist or not, but based on her actions, ain't nobody reeling her back in from some of the fuckery that she's associated with. And Kamala Harris, she's one of those, and that's another thing. They always get these people of color, and that's the angle she tries to play. These old, ubiquitous looking, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on with them. She could go the Latina route. She could even go the East Indian route. You don't know what she is. Kamala, you don't know what direction she's in racially. So you watch those people. She's definitely not on no direct black agenda. There's nothing about a black agenda at all from her, from Senator Kamala Harris. So they're one of them fence sitters. She's one of those people. You know how they, well, what are you? Well, I'm Latina. I'm Kenyan. I'm Pakistani. That racially ambiguous bullshit. You watch out for that racially ambiguous shit because we think, okay, well, that's one of us. Hell no. Hell no. No, you said, do I think the white supremacists take pride in being called white supremacists? No. Not now, because as Jared Taylor said, the term white supremacist has taken on too much of an emotionally negative connotation. So now they have to use new words. White supremacist Jared Taylor said this, the guy who runs the American Renaissance website, which is always posting fuck shit about me, by the way. He said it. They had that big old alt-right meeting right after Trump was elected. And he said, we got to start using other words. They understand how words are important. They want to practice white supremacy, but just call it something else. That's the name of the game with them. Then that brings us to another suspected white supremacist, Ben Shapiro. Now, Ben Shapiro did a lecture out in Northern California at Berkeley. There was a lot of protests. People like, we don't want white supremacists in our town, blah, blah, blah. And Ben Shapiro, he's one of these suspected white supremacists who tries to be intellectual. And they love to prop him up and laud him as the great debater. He's written books on how to debate leftists, meaning niggas and nigga lovers. That's basically what that means. Leftist. Leftist is the term that means niggas and nigga lovers. That's all leftist means. That's what leftist means. Niggas and nigga lovers. And they love to prop him up as a great debater. And Shapiro, what he does, he's smoke and mirrors. There was a debate they had somewhere, I want to say it was in St. Louis somewhere, where they got a couple of random people, a couple of random black people, and he debated them, and they were like, yeah, Ben Shapiro's debating Black Lives Matter. So these were a couple of hand-picked Negroes nobody knew. They didn't really know how to talk. I mean, Shapiro was spitting all of his anti-black bullshit, and the people he was debating was just sitting there like, oh, I don't know about all that. So they just basically handpicked a couple of shills who they knew couldn't refute his bullshit, and they pat each other on the back like, yeah, you destroyed Black Lives Matter. That Shapiro, his bullshit can be debunked. He doesn't have real debates. Yeah, it was controlled opposition. It was controlled opposition. Yeah, they weren't even saying shit. I'm like, man, put somebody real up there to go against them. Don't handpick. See, that's what I don't do. I don't handpick the people I debate. My phone line is open. Anybody can call up and say whatever you got to say in debate. You know, the Negroes, you got coons trolling and playing. But I welcome the white supremacists or the suspected white supremacists to call on the show. But yeah, he handpicked some people who he knew couldn't talk, so he got some ringers, basically. These were some complete unknown people nobody knew. But you know how they do. Everybody's Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is based on I'm white and I say so. Nigga, no, Black Lives Matter ain't even 7 people. He said Black Lives Matter is 7 people. D-Ray, Nessa, Sean King. Sean King is not Black Lives Matter. D-Ray came out and said, I'm not really Black Lives Matter. They've put the Black Lives Matter moniker on him. Black Lives Matter as an organization is 3 black lesbians. But white supremacists use it as a code word to mean all of us. You dig? And Shapiro, he trolls me all the time. His website, I think the Daily Wire, I think that's the name of it. I want to say the Daily Wire, I think that's the name of it. There's so many of these. They got the Daily Caller, the Daily Wire, the National Review. They got all these bullshit names for these white supremacist websites. That's white supremacist propaganda sites. But, you know, they write bullshit stories about me all the time. He trolls me on Twitter. And I put up challenges to Shapiro. He put up, let me show y'all what he said about me the other day. Because I tweeted, and this tweet went viral. A lot of white supremacists tried to spin it so that they could create a coded narrative. And that's another thing. White supremacists know how to get on code very quickly. I tweeted the other day, I said, Ben Shapiro spews a lot of white supremacist rhetoric, and he tries to hide it behind claiming to be Jewish, which is what he does. He claims to be Jewish, and that's why he's not a racist, because he's Jewish. That's what I said. So a lot of the white supremacist websites and a lot of white supremacists on Twitter and their supporters, like, that's anti-Semitic. Okay. I didn't even respond to that, because one thing I don't do, and black people understand this, don't respond to obvious bullshit. I won't even justify that stupid shit with a response to them. That's what really made them mad. Because the name of the game for white supremacists is to make up a bullshit narrative, throw it on you, and then have you defending a bullshit narrative that they know is bullshit. So I don't even justify it with an answer. How come you're not responding? Because this shit is stupid. It's too stupid to respond to. I'm not going to even dignify something that's stupid and desperate with a response. And black people understand that. When the white supremacists make up stuff and throw it at you, that's not because they're naive. It's because they want to get you on the defensive. Understand how to deal with these white supremacists. You dig? You got to understand how to deal with them. Now, the problem I had, because it was dozens of them were trolling me. And all of them, and they immediately got on the code. So the code was anybody who criticized, and they weren't just doing it with me, they were doing it to anybody. Anybody who criticized Ben Shapiro for being a suspected white supremacist, they were like, well, they're anti-Semitic because he has a yarmulke on. That was the whole narrative. So they were really trying to label everybody anti-Semitic if they criticized Ben Shapiro. You dig? And a lot of white supremacists and white supremacist suspects, they always try to hide behind religion. I was debating another suspected white supremacist who was hiding behind the Bible. They always try to hide behind different religions. And that's a trick. I don't allow white supremacists to hide behind different religions. We got a white supremacist in here. Okay, hold on. Let me get him out. You know, no such thing as white supremacy. It's more like black crybaby. Okay, there you go. All right. There we go. Got him out. Yeah, so I don't allow the white supremacists to hide behind religion. Because at the end of the day, with the white supremacists, most of them, they do not practice the religion they claim. You look at certain religions that they're supposed to be claiming, and Dr. John Henry Clark said, black people, we're the only people who we practice religions in the purest form. So when we become a Muslim, we are Muslim for real. We practice it in the purest form. Other groups, when they practice religion, for the most part, they use that as a political tool to maintain white supremacy. And we are getting lost on that. Look at the Mormons. The Mormons, some of the genesis of their stuff is on some white supremacist bullshit. Jehovah Witnesses. And I broke that down, how some of the early Jehovah Witnesses in America, the Watchtower, the Watchtower publications, they would put straight up anti-black white supremacist ideologies in those watchtowers and distribute them all over the place. Some of the early Jehovah Witnesses want some white supremacist shit. I mean, straight up. You dig? So the white supremacists are very good at using religions to shield their white supremacist agenda. That's just a reality. It's a smokescreen. You dig? Oh man, there's some racist fucking Mormons out there. Don't let them thump that Bible at you. You don't let these people use religion to trick you, because they know that black people are spiritual people. So we believe in spirituality and religion. They believe in the religion of white supremacy. There's a reason why Joel Osteen is supporting Trump so much. There's a reason why he didn't want to open them damn doors. He didn't want all the Negroes to come up in there. What's up, Baltimore? But Shapiro, let me find something Shapiro said about me yesterday, I think. Hold on 1 second. Let me play that clip if I can find the clip of Ben Shapiro mentioning me. Hold on 1 second. If I can find it. If I can find it. Where is it? I hate when I type up shit and there's so many people make. There's this thing now, people, I guess, in order to get hits, they just make a bunch of videos about me, good and bad. And it's just a bunch of videos about me. Half these shits I don't even know. Like Tariq Nasheed is an idiot. Tariq Nasheed. What the fuck is this? Okay, Berkeley, the Berkeley hurricane. Okay, where is the? Well, let me see if I can find Shapiro. Hold on 1 second. Where am I? Okay, somebody, y'all posting up my live streams on the internet. I don't even post these shit up. Not my live stream, but my Periscope. Ben Shapiro responds back to Tariq Nasheed. Let's see what this is. Hold on. Let me see what this is.
Last year, they have to declare that everyone who shows up in Berkeley.
Okay, that's not what I want. It sounds kind of weird. Let me do this. This is a short clip. It's a very short clip. Hold on 1 second, y'all bear with me. And shout out to the people out there in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. There was a white supremacist out there shooting random black people. The white supremacists, okay, here it is. I'll get on that in a minute. But here's Ben Shapiro talking about me.
Here's what he tweeted. He tweeted, suspected white supremacist Ben Shapiro, who tries to mask his racist rhetoric by claiming to be Jewish, is in Berkeley now. Hashtag Ben at Berkeley. There are a few things wrong with this tweet. Suspected by whom?
Okay, he says suspected by whom? Ben, suspected by all the thousands of people out there, or hundreds, thousands, whatever, outside of your lecture, holding up signs saying we don't want a white supremacist in Berkeley. So suspected by all those people writing on the ground, we don't want a white supremacist in Berkeley. Other white people, by the way. Suspected by all of the families affected by white supremacists out here killing people, and these people using your ideologies. Suspected by me, a victim of white supremacy, and other victims of white supremacy. So I like that. Well, suspected by who? I'm a white supremacist. Who suspects me of white supremacy? And there's people outside his lecture with signs. Go home, white supremacists. I love that naive, he don't know. Suspected by whom? Whom? Who thinks that? Oh yeah, he sounds like a weenie. I know. I don't want to insult the guy. I don't like to get into personal insults. But there's people, literally, just thousands of people outside. There's a riot police out there because people don't want a white supremacist in their town, and it's like, suspected by who? Where did they get that from? Hold on.
Ben at Berkeley. There are a few things wrong with this tweet. Suspected by whom of being a white supremacist? By whom? Has anyone watched this show? Has anybody seen anything I've written for the past 15 years? Like, white supremacist? What now? And then he says that, I love this, I'm trying to mask.
Okay.
Here is what he tweeted.
So that's suspected white supremacist Ben Shapiro. Now, for those who don't know, let me give you some of Ben Shapiro's ideology. Now, Ben Shapiro, he's tweeted shit like Trayvon Martin would have been 21 today if he hadn't bashed a man's head in and got himself shot. So, what religion promotes antagonizing the murder of dead children? I mean, what religion is that?
Hey guys, I'm Carly Kloss.
What religion is that? I would love to know the religion, since he's such a religious person, and he can't be racist because he's a religious person. What religion justifies and condones that? Well, no, this is some of his ideology right here. Listen to this.
It doesn't believe Black Lives Matter. In fact, they are the single greatest threat facing young black men who want to survive to become old black men. So why have Democrats embraced the Black Lives Matter movement?
This is his ideology.
The Black Lives Matter movement rose to prominence after the fully justified killing of thug 18-year-old black man Michael Brown.
There you go. So that right there is what you need to know. The fully justified killing of thug black man Michael Brown. So that right there lets you know where he's coming from right there. So whenever black people get killed, it's always justified. They justify completely violating the Constitution. These racialized executions. I mean, his voice is horrible. But that's his whole thing. This is why people suspect him of being a white supremacist because of this.
Officer Darren Wilson in Ferguson, Missouri. They claimed Wilson murdered Brown for racist reasons. That was totally false. But facts, evidence, these mean nothing to the Black Lives Matter movement and their allies.
Well, the facts and evidence is dozens of people said he had his hands up, but, I'm white and I say so, though, right?
Defending criminals and rioters and lying about police. That's what matters.
And understand, lying about police, and a police officer just planted guns on somebody and killed him and executed him, premeditated, and there's riots in the streets right now, and it's Black Lives Matter's fault.
Lives Matter movement. So, what do the Black Lives Matter folks want? According to
And Black Lives Matter is black people. Understand. Black Lives Matter means all black people.
Site, they demand the, quote, immediate arrest of Officer Darren Wilson, a man that even the racist reports match arrests in terms of racial data.
Wait.
Get black people killed.
Listen to these stats. He's another one of these people who throw out these bullshit stats. Hold on.
Fighting the cops, the Black Lives Matter movement, and their Democratic allies get black people killed. The real threat to young black men doesn't lie with white police officers at all. In reality, cops don't over-arrest blacks. Crime victim reports match arrests in terms of racial data. Sentencing disparities among races, that's an effect of prior criminal history and other variables, but not race.
Okay, y'all notice these bullshit stats? See, that's what I can debate him on. See, the thing is, they love throwing out these bullshit-ass stats. And they only do it in controlled settings where nobody real is challenging them on the bullshit. And they're part of that, well, the real problem in black society is not racism, it's black single mothers. It's that bullshit. You dig? So the thing is, Holy Bible, who's trolling now? So the thing is with Ben, and I've offered Ben, and Ben is probably watching because all of his followers watch. Ben, I have offered you, and I'm going to offer you again, to debate you. I will debate you anytime because his white supremacist followers, or you won't debate Ben, the hell I won't. I've been offering to debate Ben Shapiro since 2015. I've been offering to debate Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, if you're listening, I got $10,000 for you to show up to a debate. 30 minutes. We can do it in New York. I already got the venue. You show up, 10 stacks, 30 minutes. That's all you got to do. I got a venue in New York and Manhattan that we can do it in. You don't got to worry about nothing. The security will be good. No. All of that will be taken care of. I got all that ready. Ben Shapiro. I got 10 stacks for you. Just show on up. And we have a 30-minute debate. Don't even have to be that long. We'll do little 5-minute increments. That's it. 5 minutes for me, 5 minutes for you, 5 minutes for me, 5 minutes for you, do a rebuttal. We get it cracking like that. I give you 10 stacks to show up. in New York. I get the venue. I take care of everything. And I've been offering for years. He won't bite. But he will troll me. He will say little slick shit and make his little videos got my name in his fucking mouth. Got his writers writing stories about me all the time. But you won't debate, Ben. You got your bullshit, fake fucking news writers writing bullshit about me all the time. You always making your little slick comments. But you won't have no face-to-face verbal showdown. You dig? I'm with that. Oh, he's always name-calling me, Tariq, you're stupid. Oh, okay, well, if I'm stupid, let's get this debate popping, Ben. And bring all those bullshit, bogus stats that you bring. Let me debunk them joints. See, his debating style is so easy to decipher. His debating style is basically smoke screens. No substance. It's a bunch of contrived smoke screen deflections that they cook up at these little white supremacist think tanks, and they funnel them off to Fox News and just repeat them over and over again so that the dumbass white supremacist in buttfuck Idaho starts believing that I got to go vote for Trump. It's that type of stuff. And I can debunk them shits left and right. That's why I say, well, let's do a quick debate. In 5 minutes here, I speak 5 minutes in increments, so it ain't a bunch of just time wasting. We'll get right to the point. We're not going to sit around dragging the shit out, long-ass bullshit babbling. Let's get right to the point. You prove a point, I will prove a point. I prove a point, you counter-prove the point. It's make that shit real plain. Ben don't want that work. And all you Ben followers, I know you up in here. Oh yeah, Ben he masters the art of fast talking bullshit. That's that. Y'all go study the debate I did with alt-right Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz, he tried to get in that. He wasn't as well versed as fast talking bullshit as Ben. See, Ben, he's very well versed at fast talking bullshit. That's why alt-right Andy is so mad at me, because I made him look like an idiot on his own show. I kept making him contradict himself, and then he just started flat out lying. Alt-right Andy started talking about, when I was talking about the drug disparities, he started talking about, well, crystal meth is a new drug. I mean, he just started making up shit out of thin air. Oh, I will light his ass up verbally. I will light his ass up verbally on his bullshit talking points. So anyway, like I said, Ben Shapiro, anytime, let's do this. You go into these little easy win situations. You go and find some hand-picked shields to debate. Nah, we're hip to that, dude. You dig? Yeah, he talks fast and uses false data or half-assed data, and then he'll manipulate words within the data. He talks fast, and he throws the bullshit out there fast as if he knows what he's talking about. Alt-right Andy tried to do the same thing. Well, the Pew Association, they just said that there was a 5% raise in the black community's income level because of the single parenthood, and the other community, they said that there were 32% because of the drug use, and 52%. They just start throwing out these arbitrary numbers, and they throw them out real fast to make it sound like some real data, but it's really just a bunch of numbers and bullshit. It's really a bunch of numbers and bullshit, and you can easily point it out. See, my approach is I make it slow, I break it down slow, and I make it plain. I break it down slow, and I make it plain. Okay, where's Vocab up in here? Wait, Vocab, where is he? What's up, Natural? Who do I need to get out of here? And I really wish Ustream fix their The chat room. Ustream did something to the chat room. I don't know what they did. Man. Man. Now, another thing, if I see somebody in here falsely accusing somebody of trolling, I'm going to ban you for falsely accusing. I see that now. If I see somebody in here falsely accusing somebody of trolling, ban. Yeah, there's a lot of trolls in the chat room, a lot of white supremacists in here because we can't moderate them at the moment. Oh yeah, that 13% of the population, but 50% they commit. And look at the words they use. They'll say this: black people are 13% of the population, but commit 50% of the crimes. Look at the word commit. They don't commit. We don't commit 50% of the crime. We get arrested for the majority of crimes because black people have always got arrested and targeted because more things are illegal for black people to do. Not only that, black people, when we get arrested, we are often charged with multiple crimes because of the I'm white and I say so law. So if a black person is walking down the street and they got a candy bar in their pocket from the store, they'll get theft, breaking and entering, intimidation, gang injunction, committing a felony by a school. They'll throw all types of other charges on top of one fucking person. So that's the caveat. They leave all that out. You understand? So don't be fooled by that bullshit. They throw these stacks out without really breaking the shits down. Oh, you get all types: obstruction of justice, resisting arrest. Because if you say, hey, I didn't do nothing, oh, that's resisting. You resist it. It's conspiracy. The RICO Act. You're going to get RICO because there were some other niggas who look like you and I think you're part of a gang. So you'll get about 10 damn charges for stealing a fucking candy bar. That increases the stats, of course. Now, a white person can blow somebody's brains out. You'll charge them with having a gun by a school. And then you'll get a slap on the wrist and leave out all the other shit that the person did, if it's white. So that's what they leave out. And that happens over and over and over again. And also, they just passed something. The White House just passed this bill where they're going to start targeting gang members now. They're going to start, asset forfeiture, where they can now just come up and take shit from you. They can come up to you now. This is only going to be used on black people. Let me tell you about some of these white supremacist laws that they're coming out with now. They get more draconian with these laws. They can say, like, if you have a certain amount of money, they can say, okay, well, nigga, I think you sold drugs for this. They no, man, I work construction. Well, until you prove you got this from construction, we're just going to take your money and you can come get it later. So they're going to start doing that now. Well, they are doing that now. Another thing that they're doing, they're sending out these race soldiers who claim to be, well, they say, well, they're drug experts. So even if you don't have drugs on you, and I've seen this happen a few times, even if you don't have any drugs on you, they can say, well, based on my experience as a police officer and a drug counselor, I assess that you've been smoking weed. And I'm going to arrest you because I think you've been smoking weed. They literally have laws like that now. I know for a fact they got them down in Georgia. It's basically more of the I'm white and I say so law. It's the I'm white and I say so law. So now they're going to start using the gang thing again. They're going to use the gang thing. They're doing it under the guise to target MS-13. Don't let them fool you with that bullshit. Don, that's absolutely right. It's not about who's right. It's a skill. I understand that. Trust me. I understand that. That's why you got to play past all the fast talk and all that. I can talk fast too and throw facts out there. But understand this. They're going to start doing the gang thing again. They're going to start doing the gang thing again. And they're under the guise of targeting MS-13 and other Latino gangs. What they're going to do, you're going to start hearing stories about arbitrary black gangs over here. They're already doing this in Australia. I got people from Australia hitting me up. They got something over there called the Apex Gang. In the media over there, they keep talking about a black immigrant gang called the Apex Gang in Australia. And they're using the Apex Gang propaganda to round up random black people. They just go walk up to a random black person and say, hey, you look like you're part of the Apex Gang, and then they arrest them. This is in Australia. Y'all Google that. It's the Apex Gang. You dig? It is the Apex Gang. Hold on one second. Let me, because somebody. Yeah, that Apex Gang is real. Okay, yeah, we got somebody, white supremacist trolling. There you go. All right, I got rid of the white Jesus love blacks. Let me see something. 1 second, family. Hold on 1 second. A lot of folks in the chat room. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Y'all bear with me 1 damn second. Hold up 1 second. Let me see something, because I'm looking at some of the banned people. Okay, hold on 1 second. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, look like, yeah, the white loves Jesus. That person, he's been trolling in here before in different screen names. Okay. Yeah, he's been trolling under different names. Sweet Melanin. Oh, I see you. Okay, you're a known troll in here. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Let me see who's on the phone. A lot of folks calling. What's up? Who's calling?
You Sanders, I want to put your time. Because Sanders, I know who you are, and Kessler, how are you?
All right. So, like I was talking about how these white supremacists are going to now start using the whole gang thing. They're going to start using the whole gang thing now. And what they're going to start doing is making up these arbitrary gangs. Y'all going to start hearing about these random arbitrary gangs like the Butterfinger Bloods. You're going to hear shit about the Stovetop Crips. Catch up in, catch up out. You're going to hear about all these random gang members in these gangs in the media that nobody ever heard of. I'm telling you now, on shows like the History Channel, on Gangland, they're going to start doing exposés about random new gangs that nobody heard of. You dig? They're going to start that shit heavy. And what they're going to do, they're just going to attribute random black people to that gang. Same thing was what they do to Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, they talk about it as if it's a gang. And every black person is a part of Black Lives Matter. Look, I've been on television before, and they sat up and said, this is the leader of Black Lives Matter. I'm the leader of who? And what the fuck leader of Black Lives Matter have I committed to? I've never been to a Black Lives Matter meeting. I don't know where the Black Lives Matter headquarters are. I don't know who the other Black Lives Matter members are. When did I sign up? Let alone become a leader. But I'm white and I say so. You see, the white supremacists, they like to do the labeling. This is why they get pissed when you do the labeling to them. Because once you start labeling, that means you're getting your freedom. Once you start putting labels and controlling the narrative, that means that you're on your way to freedom. You're on your way to dismantling the bullshit. Yeah, so look, y'all watch out for the Cocoa Puff Crips and all these groups. Man, y'all watch out for these groups. Hold on, let me get, I got more trolls in here. Hold on. There, I got them out. The pig feet Pyrus, I know this. So this is why you got to be on alert and you got to be on code. See, black folks, again, we wait until the last minute to get on code. We don't even get on code at the last minute. We get emotional. Black people, listen. You got to stop getting emotional. Take the emotion out the game. Because when I'm looking at stuff happening down there in St. Louis, there's a lot of people. When you're out there in the streets yelling at riot cops, that's emotion, dude. It's just an emotional response. Once you get emotional, you already lost. You already lost. Once you're out there emotional, yelling at the riot cops, you already lost. You're just wasting your time. And they're going to let you blow off a little steam. They'll insure their building so that you can tear up a couple of windows and the police can go out there and tear up a couple of windows and blame you. That ain't it. That ain't it. They don't give a shit about you tearing up a couple of windows. They'll let you do that. Yeah, go tear up a couple of windows. You dig? Because they know what you really want. Then when you start yelling and singing, they're like, we know our niggas. They want some attention, so we're going to go send some liberal white people out there. And understand, liberal and conservative, they all work together. They'll send some people out there to march with you. Notice these people out here always marching with black folks from the dominant society. They're never in the courtroom. All these groups, and I said this to that Asian guy who was like, how come we ain't standing for the DACA and all that bullshit? And he showed me those pictures. Well, there were some Asians for Black Lives. And I said, none of y'all people are never in the courtroom. You're never in the courtroom when we need you. But you're out there in droves by the thousands with a damn sign. Because my sister, Frances Welsing, Dr. Frances Welsing said, they have no problem going out there with a picket sign because at 6 o'clock, they get to go home back to their segregated neighborhoods and you get to go back to the hood where the white supremacists have you dominated. What black folks don't understand, black people, you will have a person in the dominant society go out there holding up signs, picketing with you. Yeah, man, all lives together, man. Yeah, his life matters as a black man, dude. That same person will go into a courtroom, a jury room, and acquit a race soldier for blowing your brains out. That's what black folks don't understand. That same person marching with you who has up a sign, they will go in that courtroom and acquit a race soldier for harming you. They will still be team white supremacy. Y'all don't know how fake these white supremacists are. I've been debating people online. There was one white female actress who was trolling me because she was defending Ben Shapiro. I'm going to look up these names while I'm talking because I want to put some of these names out there. Because, see, black folks need to be aware of some of the fuckery that's out here. But this woman is an actress. And I want to show y'all some of the banter we were having back and forth. Now, what's going on? I cannot see my, shit. I'm trying to see my tweets. And I hate when Twitter does this. It will not let me load all my tweets sometimes. Hold on, let me see if I can do it this way, family. Y'all bear with me for 1 minute. Y'all bear with me for one goddamn minute. Let me see if I can find these tweets. What the hell? What the hell, yo? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get a call while I'm waiting on this. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, man, it's Bone out of Atlanta. How's it going?
I'm good, family. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I was calling to see if you saw that video about that young guy, extension.
Yeah, man. That brother's video was deep. The white supremacists got real mad at that, man. Oh yeah, they were heated on that one. Yeah. Let me explain to the room what that is. Thank you for the call, brother. It's his brother, this rapper named Extension. I think that's his name. And he did a video. It's heavy, man. We was talking about racial issues or whatever. And in the video, it was like two children, a white kid and a black kid. And they gave the white kid some rope and put a rope around the white kid's neck and then hung the white kid. And boy, the white supremacists flipped on that. Well, they did not like that. They flipped on that. Well, they didn't like that at all. You did? They did not like that. So yeah, that was heavy. He was trying to send a message. Heavy. It was heavy, deep message, man. Real deep message. Heavy message. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? Hey, this D calling from LA.
How you doing?
Hey, man, when could we put together the movie about Gaspar Younger, the brother out of Mexico?
Well, I don't know. There has to be enough interest to do a whole movie about something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's not enough interest to do a whole movie about Gaspar Younger, but we mentioned him in the Hidden Colors movies, though. You did?
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with all that, but I think that'll wake a lot of brothers up, you know what I'm saying, in this little area, man. And a lot of these Hispanics who don't really know their history in that area.
Well, understand this. They do know their history. Understand.
Mm-hmm.
Understand these Hispanics, Mexicans, Cubans, they are very well aware of their history. The problem is when they get over here and get around other white supremacists, they try to hide the shit. They know they got a black grandmother somewhere in Mexico and Cuba and in Ecuador. They know that. They're very familiar with that. They go out of their way to try to hide black grandma. You dig? So they know. They know about Gaspar Younger. They know. Trust me, they know. But again, many of them attain to be on team white supremacy. So it is what it is, man. And we got to be on team black empowerment. Thanks for the call. We got to be all day on team black empowerment. Big time. Let me look up the tweets I was looking for. Hold on one second, man. Y'all bear with me. I'm looking up the tweets from these people who were trolling me the other day. Trying to show y'all some of the names of these people. Man. Y'all bear with me. Okay. Because these people were trying to get on code to troll me about criticizing Ben Shapiro. And I'm trying to see this. There's one lady in particular who I had a major problem with. And let me give y'all her name. Because I think she's supposed to be a liberal who's a friend of black folks. I think she might be East Indian. You dig? Hold on. A lot of people were trolling. And I was making them real butthurt and hurting their feelings. What is this white lady's name? She's an actress. There's a couple of them that Patricia Heaton. That's her name. So she's a lady actor. What's Patricia Heaton been in? Malcolm in the Middle? So she was trolling me. I'm going to read some of the tweets from her. ABC's The Middle. Okay, she's Patricia Heaton on ABC's The Middle. I don't watch the show. So she was basically defending Ben Shapiro. This woman's on a major television show from what I assume. And I'm going in on Ben Shapiro, so she hops in my mentions trying to chastise me. Patricia Heaton. And I kept hitting her up. I'm like, Miss Lady, you're in my mentions, Patricia Heaton, chastising me for criticizing Ben Shapiro. And I kept posting links of all of his anti-black rhetoric. And I'm like, ma'am, you have yet to denounce this man. There's not one tweet of you denouncing his disgusting anti-black rhetoric, but you're chastising me for criticizing him. So, ma'am, you're not at liberty to really, criticize me for criticizing his white supremacist views. So they all try to get on code. And the lady, this is the lady right here. Her name is Anahita Seda. Anahita Sedegaftar. Anahita Sedegaftar. And she's an attorney, a TV legal analyst. She's been on Fox, been on CNN. I think I was on one of those shows with her, to be honest. I think I might have been on Dr. Ben's show with her. She might have been on one of the panels. I think. That's why she looks very familiar. But she jumped in my mentions. And again, her name is Anita. Let me give y'all her Twitter handle, by the way. I'll put it in the chat room. Because her tweet disturbed me the most because she's supposed to be a friend of Black society. She's Persian, right? I think she's something Middle Eastern or something like that. I put the tweet, her handle in the chat room. Yeah. She's either East Indian or Persian. This is her Twitter handle right here. And she's one of these non-Black people who's supposed to be a friend of Black societies. So she was like, are you questioning his Judaism? How can anyone judge another's religion? It's okay to disagree, but what do ad hominem attacks accomplish? And I said, Anahita. I said, what are you talking about? She said, you commented on the sincerity of his religious beliefs, claiming to be Jewish. Now, she's trying to run with that whole Jewish thing, which I'm questioning his white supremacist views. Never questioning him being Jewish. I'm questioning his white supremacist views. So the fact that she got on a white supremacist deflection point, now I'm questioning her because I remember this woman. I'm like, wait a minute. You're supposed to be like this liberal person from what I understand. And I said to her, Anahita, you're literally defending an anti-Black suspected white supremacist. And the thing is, she works for the Johnny Cochran firm. That's the thing that really disturbed me about her. She's a lawyer for the goddamn Johnny Cochran firm. That pissed me off so bad. I'm like, you're up here caping for this fucking anti-Black bastard, and you work for a firm built on fighting white supremacy. What the fuck are you doing up in there? That's what you doing up in the Johnny Cochran firm. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off. She's on the fucking Johnny Cochran firm. See, family, look, you got to catch this shit. These people will sneak up into our shit. They'll sneak up into something that our people built and then start switching shit up. Yeah, she started acting confused. I said, wait a minute. I said, Anahita, you're literally defending an anti-Black suspected white supremacist, and you worked around the Johnny Cochran firm. She said, I didn't defend anybody. I based my critiques on the substance of one's positions, not on ad hominem attacks. I said, but Anahita, you are defending this dude, and you're lying about what I tweeted, which she is. And I said, you're supposed to help Blacks? Well, we have to agree to disagree. Then she started running. Then she ran our ass off. That's blasphemy. I said Johnny would roll in his grave if you were up in that, if he knew you were up on his in his firm defending a person like Ben Shapiro. She kept defending Ben Shapiro. And I'm cool with the Black people at the Johnny Cochran firm down in Atlanta. Shout out to y'all brothers and sisters down there. I'm very cool with them. I'm cool with a few lawyers from that firm. What are y'all doing? I'm putting this on the Black people who are running or supposed to be running the fucking Johnny Cochran firm. What are y'all doing, man? Y'all stop dropping the ball when it comes to our institutions. The Johnny Cochran name is synonymous with justice for Black folks, anti-white supremacist nonsense. It should be synonymous with that from now on. You don't let people, non-Black people, come in here trying to shift shit and defend white supremacists or white supremacist suspects. Y'all should know better. The Johnny Cochran firm, you should know better than that. This woman was caping for this fucking dude and wouldn't denounce. She's denouncing me for criticizing him And I'm posting links to this dude's anti-black views, and she says nothing about this man's anti-black views. She didn't say, yeah, he says a lot of fucked up shit, or he says a lot of wrong shit. I don't agree with him. She didn't say none of that. She totally ignored all of his anti-black, dangerous-ass rhetoric to criticize me for calling him out for being a suspected white supremacist, which people got signs and stuff outside the lecture, so I'm not the only one. We black folks, we gotta stop letting all of these non-blacks come up into our institutions to shit on it. People come up into our institutions and turn shit around and change the whole objective of it. To utterly shit on our legacies. I know Johnny Cochran wouldn't want to have nobody defending no bullshit like that up in his firm. You dig? That's a major problem. I got a major problem with that, man. Major problem with that. You don't criticize me and not say nothing about no damn Ben Shapiro, but you criticizing me? Get out of your damn mind. In a black firm that's propping you up. She's building her rep off the Johnny Cochran name. That's how she's getting credibility. Johnny Cochran, his name was synonymous with credibility and integrity. That's one of the greatest lawyers ever. Johnny Cochran was one of the greatest lawyers ever. Bad brother, bad. This brother was so bad, that's why I questioned his death, to be honest. He died mysteriously. This brother was getting it in. See, the thing is, that's why, family, you notice how the white supremacists and their allies, their non-black allies, get on code immediately and repeat the narrative that they want to put out there. We have to start doing that, family. We have to start creating the narrative and putting the narrative out there, repeating the narrative in large numbers. We got to learn how to codify in large numbers. Again, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Yeah, we cannot build institutions and then let people come up into the institutions and fuck them off. Black people, we got a very bad habit of doing that. Oh yeah, but back to that lady, Patricia Heaton. Oh, and I wanted to make a point about her, by the way. Hold on. Let me go back to her, because this is something she said very interesting. Hold on. Because I was questioning her. Hold on. Let me find the tweets. Let me find the tweets. Because she was caping for Ben Shapiro hard. And she tried to throw the whole, well, I said, why are you caping for a suspected white supremacist? Ma'am, I'm kind of questioning your shit. She started talking about how she does charity for black folks in Compton. I said, okay, you using that? Are you using the Sally Struthers defense? So you go find some victims of white supremacy in Compton, throw them some crumbs, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to give you props like you're not a suspected white supremacist? Are we going that route? She tried to play the I can't be racist because I throw crumbs to Negroes. The white supremacist suspects are so desperate. Oh, she said, look, the views the students at Junior Posse organization. Look, oh yeah, she showed me the link. It's called the Compton Junior Posse. So that's their way of sounding hip. Yeah, hi, I'm going to help you underprivileged kids. You know, let's give it a hip hop name. We're going to call you the Junior Posse. We're going to have the whoop there it is fundraiser. So they're using outdated hip hop slang. You can't make this up. So she has the Compton Junior posse that she's bragging about. She said, yeah, they hear me say, stay in school and work hard. I'm like, lady. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me find it. Y'all got to go look at my tweets, man. I'm just going in. Hold on. Because that pissed me off too. Getting people like her around our kids. Oh, Lord, I'm about to give you this work. So she's talking about, where is it? Because there's so many tweets and they're getting lost. Hold on, come on, tweets. Okay. Oh, yeah. She says, I'm looking at my tweet. It says, I said, Miss Heaton, the fact that I can't find any tweets where you are denouncing Ben's disgustingly anti-black rhetoric, that's very telling. She said, well, I haven't heard such comments. Would it be telling that I serve on the board of the Junior Posse organization and that provides college scholarships for black students? I said, ma'am, just because you work at a charity that gives black victims of white supremacy a few crumbs, that don't excuse you defending racism. Don't let them fool you, black people. Don't be fooled by them coming up talking about they're trying to help. Neely Fuller told us about this. Patricia Heaton. She was trolling me and I'm giving her that word. Oh, the kids act like they don't want to be there. Of course, the kids clearly don't want to be there. Oh, yeah, that's that Donald Sterling giving money to the NAACP. It don't mean nothing and you still a damn white supremacist. White supremacists do that all the time. White supremacists, they always go around black folks throwing crumbs. Let me tell y'all something. That's an old white supremacist trick. The white supremacists will go around and they'll go hold a black baby somewhere. It's a hustle. They go around black folks. Look, I'm white and I'm here to help. I'm your white savior. And poor black folks, they know all the resources are with the white supremacists, so they're like happy. So they go, look, I'm going to feed you. I'm going to put up a donation. Send me some donations to feed these little Negroes. They're so hungry. Send me money. Look at him. Just look at him. He has flies all over his little Negro face. Send them to me. Send me some donations. And I'm going to feed this whole little village of Negroes. So people, you send in $1 million. They buy 3 honey buns and some damn ramen noodles, pocket $999,000, and you up here thinking that they're doing something. That's the hustle. That's the damn hustle. I don't give a fuck about you hugged up with some damn black kids and you got a damn charity donation thing popped up. That's an old hustle. Y'all been doing that. That goes back to the abolitionists. The abolitionists would do that. The abolitionists during slavery, they would say, oh, we got to stop slavery. Slavery is wrong. Send us money. And they pocket the money. They didn't really do shit. They always get black folks put a Negro face and, oh, look, he's starving. He's underprivileged. He's in Compton. And Compton is bad. That's why they named it the Compton Posse, using outdated fucking hip-hop words so that old white people can send money. Using old, outdated hip-hop terms, the Compton Posse. Get the fuck out of here. I lived in Compton. Compton Posse. And they ain't probably never been nowhere near Compton, by the way. The Compton Posse. Oh yeah, up there putting the white woman magic up there, just like the Red Cross. I know who the fuck says posse. They're so out of touch with black people, they don't even know the current slang. That's how out of touch they are with black people. You don't even know the new slang. You're using 1991 Arsenio Hall slang. Yeah, I'm out here with the gangs. What's the name of the gangs? It's the hot dog Crips. Mustard in, mustard out. Oh, please, the Compton Posse. And that's another way for them to sound edgy. Yes. Hi, Linda. I got to go do some work with the Compton Posse. Oh my God. Are you going to be safe? Yeah, I'm going to. So they can tell their little bullshit white supremacist war stories with each other. And that's another pastime. White supremacists love making up some stories about black folks doing shit to them. There have been 3 stories this week of white supremacists hurting themselves or hurting somebody else and blaming a black person. There's been about 3 stories this week. One dude, he's a security guard, I think in Ohio. He shot himself by mistake and then said a black dude did it. Then they found out, they got the video showing that he shot himself. Another dude in another place this week, he shot his girlfriend, then blamed a black dude. So that's another thing. They love making up war stories about black folks doing something to them. I got robbed by a black. Yeah, you know what, Kathy, I was down there and I was helping out the Compton Posse. I was with the Compton Posse organization. And, you know, I'm brave. I try to brave it out. And I was leaving the Compton Posse. I went to 7-Eleven, and it was 40 black people raped me. I was getting a Slurpee. I was sipping on the Slurpee. Next thing you know, there was a black cock in my mouth, and I blacked out. I woke up. It was black cock stains all over the place. But I'm still going to do work with the Compton Posse because the kids need me. They love telling bullshit stories like that, dude. Y'all don't know how sick the system of white supremacy is. Oh yeah, was the security guard in Minnesota? He was in one of those cities where he shot himself and then blamed a random black person that don't exist. Oh yeah, they love not only them getting harmed by a black person. I mean, they love that. And I picked up on this years ago when I would travel. When I was on a cruise ship, me and my ex-chick were on a cruise ship, and all the suspected white supremacists kept telling me these stories about the Bahamas and Brazil. They were like, yeah, have you been to the Bahamas before? I said, no, it's my first time. Yeah, you can't go certain places at night because one time, one of my friends, we went and got robbed. And I noticed everybody kept talking about how they got robbed. All of them had a robbery story. I'm like, it ain't that much fucking robbing in the world. But all of them had this bullshit story about how they or somebody they knew got robbed. And it all sounded similar and it sounded like some old convoluted bullshit. They all had the same story. But when I went over there, people ain't robbing nobody. They don't give a fuck about you. You go over there and it's nothing like they say. So that's a pastime to lie on black folks. Man, but that lady, the fact that she's working for the Cochran firm and she's chastising me, and I do this. I'm out here for real, for real. You don't chastise me. I'm not tooting my own horn, but shit. I do this. For real, for real. I do this. I go up against injustice like a motherfucker. I do this for real. I'm not going to let no non-black person sit up and criticize me for fighting for justice, and you're giving a white supremacist a pass, and you sitting your ass up in a firm that's built up by black people and black people getting justice, and people like Johnny Cochran, and you sitting your ass up in his firm with the fuckery. That's the thing, black folks. You got to watch these people when they low-key slide up in the mix. You understand that? We can't have people up in our mix who ain't about the empowerment of black folks. See, we got to stop the kumbaya bullshit because they get up in the mix and they ain't really trying to empower us. They're trying to build their name up so they can shit on us and then go up here and be team white supremacy. Let me tell you something. Never in a million years can a black person go to a Persian firm. Never in a million fucking years could a black person go work at a Persian firm or a Middle Eastern firm or an East Indian firm and say something negative to or about an East Indian or a Middle Eastern activist. Never in a million years they wouldn't let that happen. You wouldn't fix your fucking mouth to sit up and say nothing about a damn East Indian activist up in their shit. You couldn't go work for Asians and then say anything negative about an Asian activist. Hell, you couldn't say shit negative about an Asian shoeshine boy. You couldn't say anything about negative about another Asian person at all while you're up in their shit. They'll get you up out of there. We can't have people, just the fact that she said anything negative about another black person, especially a black person of my stature, somebody who does this. I do this. You don't speak on, and we got to get on code like that. We got to get on code like that. Do unto others as they do unto you. If you try that with them, they're checking you. All of them are going to dogpile and check you. All of them are going to check you. All of them are going to hit you up. If you say something about those in there, look at Peter Liang. Perfect example. Peter Liang, the black prosecutor was about to punish him. Asian people all over the country said, no, you're not going to punish one of us. They shut that shit down. Not only you're not going to criticize, you're not going to punish us. We're on code. We got to get on code. I lived on El Segundo and Willowbrook in Compton. What's that scene in The Godfather? Brother Neely Fuller always talks about The Godfather. But there's that scene. You don't ever go against family for other people. That was Al Pacino said that to his brother, who was a kind of a buffoon. He said, you don't ever speak against family with other people. Matthew 7:12, Luke 6:31. Do unto others as they do unto you. But back to The Godfather. You never talk against family with other groups. See, we got to learn how to shut that bullshit down. Got to learn how to shut that down. They got Fredo's ass out of there. Fredo's out here making deals going against the family. His family killed his ass. Uncle Fredo got to go. Uncle Fredo got to go. Fredo is off code. Guess what, Fredo? You got to go. You see? And they do that for real. Neely Fuller always says, look at the Godfather movies. You get a lot of life lessons. You'll understand the system of white supremacy, and that's true. You'll learn a lot of codes from the Godfather movie. When the family turns on family, or you do something that's going to jeopardize the family, let's go take a boat ride. Let's go. No, just me and you. Somebody ain't coming back. You do something against the clique, come on, we're going to take a ride in the car. Do we have to? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and only one of us is coming back. You dig? We, on the other hand, we sit up here and entertain our coons. We sit here and entertain coons. We entertain the coons. We give them the time of day. We sit here and create a platform, and niggas will sit up and say, well, the coon, that's our brother. Well, we just got to we got to learn how to work with the coons. We got to learn how, he's still our brother. We got to get together. I've heard niggas say we got to get together with coons. We patronize coons too much. That's been one of our biggest problems, by the way. That's been one of our major problems. That's been one of our major problems. Do y'all understand that, and Brother Claude Anderson talks about this in his new book, The Meritorious Manumission Mentality, how the coons have always thrown a wrench in our game. We could have had the yoke of white supremacy off of us a long time ago. We could have had it off of us a long time ago. The problem is the coons always mess it up. It's always the coons messing it up. There are even white people who help try to get some of the white supremacists off of us, and the coons mess it up. Do you know that? There are white people who try to get the white supremacists up out the mix. A very small few, not a lot, but there's some non-racist white people who try to get the coons, not the coons, but the white supremacists. They try to get the white supremacists up off us. Look at the John Brown Rebellion. The John Brown Rebellion. John Brown was a white man. It was only one of the few white men in history who said, look, fuck this slavery shit. I'm white and I don't believe in this. I'm going to go fight these white supremacists to free these black people. John Brown was a white man, non-racist. He said, I'm going to do something about this. I can't live when people get mistreated like this. I'm going to risk my life. I'll risk my life and my family's life to stop this bullshit. John Brown is a white man who's I'm going to go ahead and put it this work. We're going to go in this town and we're going to shut this shit down. Do you know it was a coon named Haywood Shepherd who fucked it up? A coon recognized him. It was a coon sitting at the train station who got his freedom for snitching on somebody else. His name was Haywood Shepherd. Haywood Shepherd, the coon, saw John Brown and he knew who he was. He ran and told everybody else and warned them. They ended up killing the coon. They killed the coon. John Brown killed the coon, the John Brown raid. In this city, you know, they erected a damn monument to the coon. They've erected a monument that I think is still up there. The Haywood Shepherd Monument. The Daughters of the Confederacy put up this monument for this coon. For saving the white people. Really the white supremacists. For saving the slave masters. They gave him a coon. That's the original Coon Train Award. They gave him they put up a plaque to commemorate him. The coons are always fucking up. Go back to the rebellion that was going to happen with Denmark Vesey. They were about to put in work. They were going to start a rebellion in South Carolina and then go to Haiti. Dude, the shit was about to be in the mix. Haiti had everything set up. Haiti was freeing people. Haiti had everything set up, man. We could have got white supremacy off our backs a long time ago. Some coons went and told on Denmark Vesey and fucked it all up. Coons. They fuck up everything. Y'all don't really understand how serious these coons fuck up everything, man. That's why I get on Crispy. See, you don't patronize a nigga like that. You supposed to be hostile to a coon like that. You don't laugh and joke with a coon. You supposed to be hostile. That's a dangerous coons. Coons like him are dangerous. Even now, when you look at Antifa, they're out here fighting these white supremacists. I've seen videos of the white supremacists getting that work from other non-racist white people, and coons jump out there stopping. Lord Jesus, don't hurt him now. Lord, you gonna kill him, Lord. Coons are jumping out there, stopping Antifa from giving the white supremacists that work. In that picture, I always show that sister up in Ohio, not in Michigan, the skinhead rally. Some brothers was about to give the skinheads that work. She jumped her little bedwench ass up there. Lord, no, Lord. We got to take the high road, Lord Jesus. Coons, always fucking it up, the coons. Damn, coons fuck it up all the time, man. So we really don't take that coon problem seriously. That's one of our problems. We don't take the coon problem seriously. We got to take that coon problem real seriously. You dig? Because these coons are too comfortable. That's the thing. With the coons, there's only benefits and no punishment. They're only going to get rewards. The coons can walk around. Hey, ain't nobody gonna do shit to me. So there's rewards to cooning. Whereas in white society, let me tell you something. When you go against white supremacy, there was a preacher down in somewhere in Alabama, I think, and he was like a white minister. He was like, "Hey, man, I disagree with these Confederate, monuments. I'm not with that." And I think he's a descendant of Robert E. Lee. And he said, "Look, I'm really not trying to co-sign this white. I agree. These statues need to come down." They were like, "Well, you need to get the fuck out the church." The white people kicked them out. They're like, "Look, if you ain't team white supremacy, you got to go tonight." You dig? There's too many rewards for coons. The coons get rewards and we coddle coons because deep down, a lot of black folks got a coon lurking down in there. You can't wait to get up there and coon. We see this in sports. We see a lot of these people that we've been championing, like we think are cool, we think are down. When the chips go down, the coon train starts rolling. Like Michael Vick. I like Michael Vick for years, but Michael Vick got up there. "Well, I think Colin Kaepernick need to cut his hair." Oh, shit. Oh, there was a coon lurking. There was a coon lurking deep down in there. Man. You gotta get that coon spirit up out you. That's when y'all go see 1804, we talk about that. The Haitians understood that. Look, you got to see and look and see what was successful or not. We break down how it was a brother named Mackendall. Mackendall was really the precursor to the revolution, but he was very instrumental. Mackendall, very smart brother. He was like a botanist. This brother knew plants and herbs. He knew how to poison people. And Mackendall, him and his followers, they poisoned, many people say thousands of the white supremacists out there in Haiti. It was Saint-Domingue at the time. But one thing about Mackendall said, "Hey, before we poison the slave owners, we got a coon problem. We need to poison the coons first." And that's what they did. They got rid of the coons first. And when the coons start dropping dead, people realize, okay, I better not be a coon. Because these coons are mysteriously dropping dead. And let me keep my mouth shut and just let the shit go on. You dig? Yeah, we break all that down in the movie. Yeah, so we gotta watch niggas, especially these big old well-fed coons. We gotta watch out for them. Yeah, we don't really understand how dangerous coonery is. See, the white supremacists, they understand the people who are turncoats within their society. They immediately punish them. If you're a turncoat in their society, you are punished and shunned. Majorly. Y'all need to get your tickets for 1804 at 1804movie.com. And also, y'all need to brush up on your hidden colors. Everybody go to hiddencolorsfilm.com. hiddencolorsfilm.com to brush up on your Hidden Colors DVDs. What shows come on tonight, man? All my good shows are off. I know Power is off. Insecure is off. Did Insecure win any Emmys? I doubt if it won any Emmys. I don't think it won any Emmys. Yeah, these black pastors caping for DACA. The black pastors, many of them are bought and paid for. They're bought and paid for, so you don't even trip on them. Yeah, that's the thing. He said the white supremacists hate each other. No, that's another thing. The white supremacists, sometimes they have civil wars with each other. They don't agree on everything, but one thing they do agree on, they have to maintain systematic white supremacy at all costs. So they'll put everything aside to maintain that. I don't care about all the little bullshit arguments that they have about what name to call themselves, what to do with the money here, what other political whatever bullshit they have. At the end of the day, they'll put all that aside to maintain white supremacy. You said Greg Gumbel is the biggest coon? I don't know too much of cooning from Greg Gumbel. What comes on good tonight on TV? Oh yeah, John Brown's name. I mean, that's the ultimate traitor in white supremacist society in the South. Yeah, that name is still reviled. Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones is based on European history. Absolutely it is. I got to start getting into Game of Thrones too. I got to start really getting into it. Because people talk about how good it is. Ballers and Survivor Remorse. I gotta start watching Survivor's Remorse. My man Isaiah is in that. Isaiah Washington. Shout out to Isaiah. Isaiah, I know you're listening. Bring your black ass to ISM. Because Isaiah is supposed to be up at ISM Radio. Isaiah be having more excuses than a nigga going to jail. You better call me. We'll talk, Isaiah. But I'm going to get Isaiah to the show to chop it up. Good dude. Good act. Powerful actor, man. Isaiah Washington is very underrated. He's a very powerful actor. Y'all want 1804 in Cleveland? Some of y'all promoters need to hit me up. We'll try to make it happen. Yeah, we're going to have Isaiah up there at ISM. Your daughter start watching? Okay, what's up, daughter? But Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, okay. Ray Donovan is good. Man, I gotta check all that out. Yeah, I gotta get into Game of Thrones. Coochie Berry, she's in the house. She's probably bathing the boys. Well, they should be asleep by now. It's like 9:30, so the boys should be asleep. Yeah, the boys should be asleep. But yeah, I can't wait till y'all see 1804, man. If any movie is needed now to show black people how to be cohesive, how to empower themselves, 1804 is the movie. Get your tickets right now. Shout out to the UK. I might be coming to the UK. I got to holler at Eric, the promoter. Shout out to Eric. Real good brother out there, man. Jamaican cats. One thing I like, when I go to the UK, they took us to a Jamaican spot that was bomb as hell. When I go to the UK, I got to go to the Caribbean spots. I cannot eat that English food. The only thing they got good are the fish and chips. I always say that. So, and the porridge. The porridge is good. The porridge is good. The fish and chips and the porridge, which is oatmeal. But other than that, it'd be like a raw egg on top of a biscuit. What the fuck is this? With some crushed up peas on the side. What the hell is this? It's a croissant. You have to put your fish and chips in it. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this? Like, take me down to the Rastas. So yeah, man, that we went to a sister's house. They took us to a sister's house and she cooked. That shit was bomb as hell. Yeah, liver and kidneys, exactly. Yeah, a croissant with an acorn on the side. I know, man, the dishes are mugged, man. Man. Narcos season 3. Yeah, one of the dudes, a location scout for the show Narcos, he went down to Mexico and got killed. Yeah, man. I got to get back into Narcos too. I got to get back in that show. The first season was good, but yeah, a location scout went down to Mexico. They were looking for some locations. Somebody ended up murking his ass. So I guess they were trying to get a little bit too authentic. But yeah, we went. Ola, were you were there with me when we were doing interviewing? No, you weren't. You weren't that time. My man Akala and those dudes. I was with them. Shout out to Akala. Akala is great in 1804. Akala is one of the biggest hip hop artists out there in the UK. Akala's a beast, man. So Akala, I was with them interviewing them, and there was like some kind of market thing going on, and they took me to another Caribbean spot. All the Caribbean spots out there banging, man. So I actually like the UK a lot. I love the brothers and sisters out there, man. They show me a lot of love when I go out there. So I really like going out there chopping it up with the fam. And we're going to start shooting like a reality show around ISM Radio. We're going to actually shoot a reality show. I might just do it, put it online or whatever, because, that way I can control the narrative. We might get it on television. That's a possibility. But I would just, either or, we'll have it online and get it popping like that. Same thing. We'll get the same advertising dollars or whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're going to start doing the ISM Radio reality show where we're going to follow everybody's lives. Mine to a certain, I'm kind of private, but we're going to follow the girls' lives and their dating lives, and just we're going to get some in-depth stuff about. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Yes, Dr. Claude Anderson's book is called Black History Reader. That is the name of the book. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get up out of here, man. Let me go check on the childrens. All right, go to 1804movie.com. Y'all got to get your tickets right now to 1804movie.com. At the end of this month, I'll probably start doing press. I might be in New York. I got to set up some stuff out there to do press for the movie, to get everybody ready. So this is the fun thing. The hard work is done. I've been chilling, relaxing. All the hard work is done. Putting this movie together it was a work. It was a lot of work, man. But now the hard work is done. So now the fun part is promoting it. Promoting in the movie, that is the fun part. And you guys are going to really enjoy the movie. And the movie's like an hour and 50 minutes, so it's not as long as the Hidden Colors films. Because usually the Hidden Colors films are like 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So this one, hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. Just a little under 2 hours. You get in, you get out. It's a nice dinner date. Go to the movies with your lady. Get some popcorn. Get your little reach around in the theater. After the movie is over, don't get your reach around in the theater while the movie's going. Watch my movie and then sneak over into another movie and get your reach around. Go see it. And get your reach around over in there. You dig? And yeah, man, it's gonna be a nice, fun night for the family. Take the family to the movie to see 1804. I'm gonna holler at my man Charlemagne. I'm gonna try to get back on the Breakfast Club when I go out there to New York and promote the movie and some of the other media outlets. So y'all, my New York media people, remind me, I got to do my man Combat Jack show when I get out to New York. When I do New York, it's a whole thing. It's a ritual. I got to the Breakfast Club, Hot 97, the Combat Jack folk. I got to see them. I got to go up to Denny Mo's, my hair people up in Harlem. It's a whole ritual. You got to do New York. So all my New York people, my New York press people, holler at me, man. And when I get out there to New York, we can do something. Say you wish you could take your daughter to the movie Natural Charm. How old is your daughter, sweetie? Coco Berry. You open a group home? Hey, man, that's what's up. Shout out to my sister Nessa. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at Nessa, Ebro, all those cats when I get out there. Oh yeah, Combat Jack, good dude. And Combat Jack is Haitian. I really wanted to interview him. I didn't have time. I was going to interview Combat Jack for the movie too, because his people are Haitian. Good dude. Combat Jack does very good interviews, man. Oh, your daughter's in Baton Rouge. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're trying desperately to get it in New Orleans. We would love to get the movie to show in New Orleans. So this is why, and some of you guys, if you're promoters, again, let's work, man. Let's do some work, just like we did last time. If you are promoters somewhere in some of these cities, and you got, you out there on the ground, you got boots on the ground, you can bring people in. You got connections like that. You got connections with the theaters out there, whatever. Let's do work, man. Put together an event. Let's talk business, because again, I'm letting independent promoters come through, and we're working with them on putting the movie in certain spots. So go to 1804movie.com, see if the movie is on a list where your city is, and if it's not, and you think that people can come on out, and you got the skills to come on and make them come on out, y'all email me and we can chop up business. Man. Oh yeah, I do need to do an interview with my brothers, Blue Pill and Red Pill. I do need to chop up with them. Are they in New York or Atlanta? I'm not sure if they're in New York or Atlanta or not. My people from Tampa, holler at me. Yeah, I gotta holler at the theater. I talked to them. Everything should be good to go, but I gotta holler at them and see what's going on. I gotta see what's popping with them. Yeah. All right. So, all right, man. Y'all be good, man. 1804movie.com. Get your tickets right now. Out there in Maryland, I might be at the one in Maryland. I might be at the Senator Theater. I'm not saying yes yet, but the screening is going to be out there, and I might be there. Some of these places, I'm going to do some sneak ups. I'm just going to sneak up in there. I ain't going to say where, because I don't want it to be a whole big thing. But I'm going to sneak up. And I'm keeping that on the low, which place I'm going. The one in LA, I'm going to be at that one. People know, but I got crazy security though, because y'all know I'm battling with these alt-right cats and these militia groups and all that, so I got to have my team on fleek, and I do. Oh, I got and also I might be doing a lecture out here in Long Beach. There's like a Black conscious conference thing at a school out here in Long Beach, and I'm going to be there. I think it's going to be Dr. Boyce. It's going to be a lot of us there, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm waiting before I promote that. Let me get that check, because I done signed the paperwork, but I don't really promote till that check is not only in my hand, the check is cleared. So I got, the lecture I'm doing out here in Long Beach. It's going to be, it's really, I'm going to be on the panel. But I'm still bringing the squad. I'm bringing the security squad, and there's going to be a couple of street cats out there in the mix. So just to let you know. Shout out to LBC. Shout out to Long Beach. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Y'all got to come through for that one. Oh, yeah, but the Senator Theater, I might be out there. So y'all get your tickets. Say the River Oaks Theater is janky. What's janky about the theater? In Houston, what's janky about the theater? In Dallas, let me say this. Dallas, the theater there is almost sold out in Dallas. I saw the sheets of the sales so far, and it's definitely going to be sold out. I mean, the shit is, the sales are going so fast now, and we still got another month. But the theaters are definitely going to be sold out. But Dallas, they sell out faster than every city. Out of all the cities, I mean, we got it in DC, LA, all that shit. Dallas, they're buying tickets like crazy. Dallas is literally almost sold out. And we ain't even into the month of October yet. So Dallas is woke as hell. I got to go down there to Dallas with the family, man. I really got to go down there and really chop it up with the family in Dallas. Dallas shows a lot of love. You dig? Oh, yeah. Ola's going to be at the one. Well, no, Ola might be at the one in Raleigh. Ola is promoting the one in Raleigh, but me and Ola's definitely going to be in the one in Baltimore at the Senator Theater out there. So the theater is old in Houston? Okay. So again, everybody get your tickets right now, 1804movie.com, 1804movie.com. All right, I am out of here. I'm going to holla. Y'all have a good night. It's been real with the family, man. Go to hiddencolorsfilm.com to get Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and